What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Man, I already recorded this one. I had to do it again, and I was furious because this is Canada track guide, setup guide, how to master Canada. First of many track guides hopefully to come. We are currently roughly 4/10 off P1, and I'm telling you, I don't want to drive more of this track. It's disgusting. It's low grip, it's slidey, in the race, tire wear, man, everything about this track and the track limits, they suck. First of all, let's get into the slow track guide. So starting your lap, you want to make sure you get as early and as early on the power and as much momentum as possible through the chicane. Usually the braking point is like close before the 50 when you're on a hot lap, so you brake a little bit earlier, roll a bit into it, and then really push, open the DRS, go to the left. Then you carry immediately over as soon as the lap starts to the right. This is your braking point. So just before the white on the right here ends, it will always be consistent. You brake really hard down to fourth, then into third, whilst cutting this here, like insane amounts. You have to cut this, insane amounts. You try and slow the car down. There's a lot of lap time in this corner. You hit the inside curb, that rotates the car. Don't do it too much. If you hit it in the wrong angle, it loses you. If you hit it in the right one, you gain a lot of time. You then want to, in second gear, accelerate as tight as possible out of this corner. Into third, then you brake roughly at 70 meters, steering to the white line. Don't get onto the grass, but brake whilst turning. Fourth gear or fifth is faster. You cut a lot here without getting an off track. Then you cut also a bit over the grass here to minimize the track distance. Push through everything, stay as tight as possible here, and then you start braking just before the grass ends. Down into third for this one. And you attack the curb as much as possible. On the lap, we didn't do it well. You really want to be fully on the curb. It sucks you in. It gains you half a tenth if you do it correctly. And then it also gains you another half a tenth or even more when you power in fourth down here. There's a lot of time that you can gain. Like easily half a tenth from my lap or a tenth. Then here, brake just when you see this sign here. Just this edge. You brake really hard here. You get as fast as you can to the left without touching the wall. Then you open up. Don't touch the grass. In fifth gear or fourth, whatever you feel more comfortable with, attack the curb as much as possible. Very hard to be consistent with it. Use all the track on the exit. And now one more crucial corner, which also you can lock the rear slightly, but you shouldn't do it too much. So if you struggle, increase the brake bias to 54. Use the left-hand marker here, the 100-meter board, as a braking point. Maybe just at it or slightly after it or before, depending on what you're comfortable with. You brake really straight down to second, and you don't want to hit the curb. Also, if you hit the apex here, that's too early. You want to rather avoid going too early to the inside. Even if you miss the apex, it's fine. It's just about carrying a lot of rotation and momentum throughout this corner, and then early on the power. Really early on the power here in second gear. And then obviously stay tight. The DRS is coming up. You will see this lap in a second in full speed. And then you brake hard for the 50 meter here, very hard, and attack this curb insane amounts. Like honestly, it's crazy. You might even tap the wall on the exit. And this is a lap around Canada. Let's quickly have a look at it. My best lap, I think we have the replay, and I will show you our braking point again on the right here. But we will also have this with telemetry in a second, where it's just without me talking in between. Literally, just when you see this line, this is where you start braking. I didn't even cut the curb enough. You need to cut more. We carry too much speed, push to the outside with that. Because if you cut more, you're more on the left, so you get a better rotation to the right. We are now way too far on the right of the track. And with that, I can't get the line perfectly. Very annoying. Costs you a lot of lap time. Now here, you can see roughly 60. We're turning whilst braking. Fifth gear, and look at how much curb we are taking, guys. This is no joke. And this is not an off track. Just for your interest, it's time trial, so it's strict. Also here, a lot of commitment over the grass, even have the grass on the tire. Now, you brake, not the DHL sign where the grass ends, but one before. Then, turn in. We didn't take any curb, we just tapped it, but you really want to be on the full red curb. Without getting an off track, it gives you so much lap time. Because then you can just straight line this roughly, just with a little bit of steering angle, not as much as we did there. cost us so much. Well, it matched with our delta, but there's so much more lap time that you can gain. We brake right about here, so a car length in front of where the wall is pointing out. We get close to the wall. We don't touch it. And then also here, I mean, come on. This is how much you have to cut. We are with both the right tires on the grass and also here. And it should be an off track, but obviously this is how the game works. It was always the case. Just so you see it. Man, this is crazy. It looks like you're fully off the track. That was a great corner. And now heading into the hairpin. We braked just about after the 100 meter. It was a bit too late. You can see we have a big slide. We had to correct on the steering wheel quite a lot. You don't want to correct at all. But I had to correct the slip angle. Once the slip hits, you just want to hold it and it rotates around without any corrections. So that was not perfect. But it was still decent. Had a good exit with that. And now final corner. Maximum push. And you could have cut even more. Like we touched the wall. You can be further to the right, actually. That's quite clean. This one was good. But then, yeah. You kind of want to avoid cutting too much of the left. The right is the important one. If you cut the right perfectly, you gain insane amounts. And then you will never touch the wall because you can just open up the corner for the left. That's it. Let's have a look at it. When I'm pushing like hard with telemetry, at the bottom you can see my inputs. So going into the setup, it's the time trial setup. It's quite decent, but if you want really good setups that are close to esports level, not the best in the world, but they are very close to esports level, check out SRC. It's in the description down below. With the code Marcel at the checkout, you get 10% off. I also appreciate the support. I know these guys are doing a great job, and it would be good to support like people in the community, because the more people are interested, the more they can actually spend on having more and more insane people involved that test the setups full time. I would change the wings to 33 at the front. It's more stable. This one here, the off diff, I would change for the race maybe to 40 or 35 together with the brake bias, which is currently on 53 throughout the whole lap. I would change it to 55 in the race as well, maybe 54. Depending on what you run here. If you run 40, probably 54. If you run 35, I would run 55, and you can still up it if you struggle a bit with stability under braking. Left, 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 left for the suspension geometry, just leave that. I would push the suspension a bit higher. It makes it harder over curbs, yes. That's why it's a bit softer here, but I think it's still probably faster. Maybe you can go 40. You can also leave it. But the rear suspension, the car is decent. Honestly, this balance is not bad. 41.9, I think that's quite good. With the roll bar, the rear anti-roll bar, I think you need to soften it a little bit. I would at least go to 18 or 19. For the race, probably 17, just so it's a bit more stable. It's super, super slidey, guys. Super slidey. On the right side, I think you can actually go a bit lower. You will lose a bit of time on the straight, but for the middle side, that's probably going to be helpful. Over the curbs, not so much. And with the brake bias, like I said, 54 I think is better for most of you. I also enjoyed it more for stability. 55 definitely for the race. Tire pressures, I would run this here. This is a pretty solid setup. Already with this setup, you're going to be competitive in league racing. It's not going to be the best. Like I said, if you want professional setups, you can check out SRC. I've run this. This is going to be fine. And let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you want to see more track guides, also put it in the comments. Obviously, depends on how interested you guys are in it. Takes quite some time to do some hot laps, honestly. The hot laps is the longest part. And if the tracks suck, then even more. If you support it, I would really appreciate it a lot. I wish you a great day or great night or wherever you are. And God bless you guys. See you in the next one. Your Marcel. Peace.